Hello and welcome back to KittyCat Spins. My name is Emma. I am an autistic hand spinner and dyer of artisanal yarns. Briar, come on. I will explain his presence in a moment. Hello, sweet boy. Yes, I love you too. Yeah, you just want to cuddle and it's hot. So, yes, heat. First up, it is 30 degrees in my area today. Let me put it this way. I'm in the Midlands. Whoops, I touched the mic. My apologies for any report back. I am in the Midlands. That is the middle of the country. Our normal maximum that we get in a heat wave is 28 usually. We hit 32 yesterday, 32, and today we're hitting 30. Briar is feeling it, I am feeling it, Tam loves it. Tam is off in the underbrush. He has a den out there somewhere that he likes to hide in when the heat hits. So it is highly unlikely we will see the ginger. But Briar, well, you can see Briar. He does not like the heat, and I have a fan going. To anyone who thinks that I should film this without the fan, you haven't been in the UK when it hits 30 Celsius. For context, for my American viewers, that is around 90 Fahrenheit. 90. And there's some interesting science behind why we tend to feel the heat so much here in the UK. Essentially, the temperature swings about so wildly here that we don't have a chance to get used to it. So it takes, I think, if I remember correctly, 2 weeks for the human body to get used to temperature swings. I think our maximum last week was 18 Celsius. 18 Celsius. And today we're hitting 30. Yeah. That is in less than a week. So, yes, we are feeling it. And there is no way I could have filmed this video without a fan on, which is why I have it going. Anyway, so what is the point of this video? Other than Briar being adorable. Well, I am so using this shot as the thumbnail because how can I not? Look at that face. That face. That adorable face. You would never think that he'd brought home 4 catches in less than 24 hours yesterday, finishing at 4 a.m. this morning. I was not happy. No, I wasn't. I was trying to sleep, wasn't I? Hey, good sir? And you've been fighting again with someone. Aggressive brat that you are. Yes. I love you dearly, though. Okay. Well, autistic tangent. So, the point of today's video is because I have an unboxing to do again. He's going to be so miffed with me when I have to move him so I can actually open this box, but it is here. The stand from Painting Fairy Cross Stitch is here at last, and I promised I would do an unboxing. Yes, I did. And Briar, my love, yes, you are directly in the breeze from the fan, but you're also in the way, and I don't want to move you. Why do I get the feeling that this video is going to be starting off with all the pets for the Fairchild son? The troublemaking Fairchild son. Yes, yes. Speaking of him being a troublemaking Fairchild, his first TikTok video is up now. So yeah, that's me over on TikTok as well. KittyCat Spins there too. Hey, Briar. Yes. Oh, yes. Is there anything better than a happy cat? Hey? Yeah. Hi. Hi. Yeah, you love that, don't you? Yes, you do love your chin scritchies. Sweetest boy, sweetest child, who has an ouchie on his chin, from the looks of it. Hey? I shall investigate that later. That's not unusual for Briar, though. He gets into so many fights, which we have had another cat trying to gain entry recently, because I have a microchip cat. Both my boys are chipped, aren't you? Hey, menace that you are. But it got to the point where I was just tired of constantly replacing the batteries. So it has been batteryless for, a few years now, I think. Of course, that gives His Majesty easy access when he has a catch. Don't you? Yes. Alright. You're settling in for a full-on nap, and that is not what I want to be doing. Is that a full 8 minutes just of me giving you pets? Come on, my love. I know. Oh, you're not going to be very happy. No. You're not going to bite. Not on screen, you're not. Come on. Ah. Ha. You missed. You missed. Come on. Uh-huh. Go on. Be a good boy now. Look, there's plenty of room over on the end of the sofa. You can go settle there. Okay, so here we are. The only thing I have done to this box is take the postage labels off. So I haven't done anything. I have left it until I was ready to film, and oh, the temptation. It was strong. So here we go. Let us begin. And it's not as heavy as the frame was. But it's just as well wrapped. I mean, they literally encase these things in sellotape. Which, it's a good thing Tam isn't here, because he hates the sound of sellotape. Makes me feel bad when I have to handle it around Tam, because he will literally wake from a dead sleep and take off outside. So it's a good thing he isn't home. Here we go. We have the 2-in-1 stand from Painting Fairy Cross Stitch. Ooh! Now, they've sent another free sample of their thread, and that is absolutely one I will be using, because it is black. So here we are. So they have the leaflets about their Egyptian cotton threads. I'll put that over this side actually. We have the instructions, which is caught a little on the sellotape within. And this is the one that I have had. This is the 2-in-1 stand. And I have had the kind that has the iPad holder and thread holder. Though I won't be using the thread holder as a thread holder because Briar is Briar. He has Pika. Dangling thread is a call to action for him, is how I am going to put it. So it will not get used for holding thread, but it will get used for mounting the camera when I'm filming. So there we go. Okay, so we have the pieces, and I guess the start of the instructions. Excuse me. Okay, so that's the thread hanging stand and phone stand, and then I'm assuming this is the actual 2-in-1 stand over here. This is proper thick cardstock. I like that. That means it'll last longer if you need to get the instructions out again so you can take it apart or something. There we go. So we'll put those to one side for now. And that is, again, what it'll look like when it's put together. And installation and adjustment videos. We'll put those off to one side. Okay, so this thing isn't labelled. I'm going to put that there and move the box back some and take these out each. So phone holder, hanging wire support, so that can go off to one side. Now this is going to get difficult to put together on the table, so at some point I will be moving the table off to one side and working from the floor instead. So okay, and these are meant to be for the threads, but I've no use for those. Right, so that's for the phone holder. That's for the phone holder. Put them off to one side. And I'm guessing the rest is the actual thing. And Briar is going to be happy that he shall have a box to play with. Just shove that over there out the way. Okay. So as ever, Painting Fairy Cross Stitch are very thorough with wrapping their stuff. Shall we put together the phone holder first? Is it this one? Nope, it's the other one, which I already have. That's this one. Okay. So shall we? Oh, you know what? This is a scissors job. Even if Tam's not here, opening this is very much a scissors job. So if I get these put together now, then I can just leave them on the table off to one side while I tackle the rest. You thought I was joking about how well they wrap their stuff. I was not. Look at this. And as ever in my favourite sky blue, I do love a good nice blue. That is very light compared to the frame, which I'm not surprised at. Oh gosh, the frame. I love that thing. Seriously, they are expensive, I will say that. I mean, let's just toss that in the box. But I can't help but think that it's worth the price. It is worth the price. That frame. I don't think I can ever express how good the cross-stitch frame is on its own, even without the stand. So, and I am back and rearranged. I have completely forgotten what I was talking about. That was my grandmother calling. Her car battery gave out this morning, and she was trying to get to the hairdressers, so she called me in a panic. I gave her a taxi number. She wasn't able to get there, unfortunately. But essentially, she's home, she's okay, she's settled in again. And I have, as you can see, rearranged while I was talking to her. So, looking at this, we only need 3 bars for the thread hanging stand. So that's this one and these 2. We won't need the others for a bit. They can just go over there for now. And let's see about opening this up. I should not have put that there. That is now on top of the instructions, which I am going to need. And yes, again, Painting Fairy really does do an incredible job of their packaging. Just look how thoroughly they did this. Like I said when I was doing the frame, I call myself a Fort Knox wrapper, but Painting Fairy outdoes me every time. There we go. We have a start for opening. That's it. Bit by bit we will get through. And now I need to do this end as well. Oh, Briar. He's taken up position on the end of the sofa. And he is very, very much I am hot cat. I do not like this weather right now. That's it. Okay, so this is in a bag. Right. Okay, so what parts do I need? I need one of these. I think yes, one of these. Maybe two of these? Yes, two of those, because that one of those attaches to the frame, to the stand itself. Okay, now I'm not seeing an Allen key with those, but I think I'm seeing, yes, I see it's in here. Oh gosh. Once again, Fort Knox wrapping. There we go. And I can just put those over there. So this slots onto here. Nope, I am slightly incorrect. Aren't I? No, they're all the same size. Come on now. How on earth am I meant to get this on then? Excuse me, yeah. All I can say is I am blonde. I have my moments. It's a clamp. It is a clamp, and I didn't realize. So it opens up like that, so you can just put it on like that. Yep, I can only call that a blonde moment. Am I turning that the right way? I do not know. Yes. Okay, so now that we know that, yeah, this is normal. This is fine. Okay, and both of these are the exact same size, so it doesn't matter which one goes on first. You go on like so, and you get tightened like that. Yeah, and let's just loosen and slide. Or not, because this is done up too tight. Helps if I... Am I turning it the right way? Yes, I am. Now. Okay, so I want this more in the center, which I believe will be about here. There we go. Ooh, I like that. So that swivels and turns and can be adjusted to where you want it to be, as well as where it's placed on the pole as well. Yes, I do like that. I do like that. Now, open you up like that. You go onto here. And then that goes on. Okay, I think I need to open that up a little bit more. And hold it like so. So it just slides on like that. Tighten that up and that's in place. And then I can put this on here, like so, and secure it so it doesn't fall off while I'm actually building the stand. That's the thread holder. Now there are these to go in the ends, which is a good thing because this metal is quite sharp in places on these ends. So, oh, I like that. It literally just presses in and that's it. I'm not sure you'd even be able to get those off very easily, which is a good thing. You don't want them coming off easily. So yeah, there we are. That's that. I am going to, where am I going to put this? I'll just put it over there for now. And then there is, whoops, the phone or tablet stand. Yeah, that's sticky from sellotape, so I'm just going to put that there. Can I figure this out? It's a question. I'm going to leave the end caps in the bag until everything else is put together. So, okay, right. So ironically, the final picture is gives me a better idea of what goes where. This is this piece here. These two will be those two there. This one, I think, is this one here. And then this one is the longest, which is this one. So let's start with this one. And these pieces. There's the Allen key. I was wrong. Hello, Tam. There's me saying we might not see him, and here he is, the ginger child himself. Hi. Oh. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, I do get hit with pollen every now and then. Hey, hi. Hello, sweetest child. Well, other sweetest child. Hello. Have you come home for attention? I usually don't see you until the evening when it's hot out. No, I don't. Okay, and of course he's drooling. Hi, Mr. Purr-drooler. Mr. Purr-drooler, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I am not going to film another 8 minutes just of petting cats. Hi. I do so love being covered in cat drool. Yes, I do. Hi. Alright. Yeah, you just like attention. A little bit of attention. So let's open this one up too. Now I'll be using this for my tablet because ostensibly it's meant for watching videos on your tablet, but of course I use mine for tracking my charts. So yeah, having it in easy reach is always a bonus for me. Hi, Tam. Hello, sweet boy. Yeah, Briar's in your spot, and he's feeling hot and bothered, isn't he? Yes. Yes, indeed. I'm just gonna toss that over there. Sorry, Briar. You woke up. Do you mind? Yes, you have a magnificent tail. Yes, you do. You have the longest tail I've seen on many a cat. Yes. Yes. Seriously, he can stand on the sofa arm, and I'll be standing, and his tail tip will tickle my chin. His tail is that long. Hey? Yeah. Be off with thee. But you'll be back. I know you. Yep, he's back. There. Yes, that is precisely what I want to be presented with, your bum. Okay, so I am thinking if I... Yes, like that. And then this other piece over here, like that. And then Tam, really. Sweet boy. Sweet child. Little brat. You know what the biggest irony of all is? Their cat bells are made from nickel. Most cross-stitch needles are made from gold-plated nickel as well. I'm allergic to nickel, I think. So that was a fun discovery when I was petting Briar one day, and he'd gotten his bells wet on his collar, and all of a sudden my arm comes up in hives, and I'm just there like, are you joking? You've got to be joking. Now let me see. I need to. You are very, very sweet and loving, and I do love you dearly, Tam, but it's perhaps not the best of times to be asking for cuddles. Certainly I can never return this, covered as it now is in cat drool. And that came off the piece below. So let's try and get it back on. Is that... There we go, that's now on. But this isn't. Okay. Can I get that on? Can I wriggle it in? I can. Ha! Ha 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 ha. Without having to loosen it further. That is a juicy bonus. Now these go on here. Like so. And I believe there's larger versions of these for the actual stand, for the frame to sit against, so it stays in place. There we go, that's on. One side done. Now for the other side. That's going to be fun because, of course, Tam's tail is in the way. Hi. Sir. Hello. Yeah, you move off to the side there, please. It's this one, isn't it? Yes, it's this one. Okay. And this piece. Right, so it looks like Tam is heading off out and has left dust on the table. This tablecloth, everyone who follows my spinning videos will be seeing this more often when I'm spinning. Autism and sensory issues are fun when you're trying to spin and you don't like getting the fibers stuck on your clothes. So I was thinking about it recently because I have taken multiple lint rollers to my clothes to remove the fibers when I'm done. The wool sticks like you wouldn't believe, and Angelina fibers, don't get me started on those. You will find Angelina fibers in places they have no right to be in your home. So yeah, that is always a fun thing. And it was a case of, I don't like this sticking to my clothes. That's uneven. In the right place, but uneven. So let me just... That's tightening. That's loosened. Tug on you a little. Is that even? Not quite. How's that? Ah. That's going to be something that forever mithers me, isn't it? Ah, there we go. That's even. So, I have forgotten what I was saying again. Ah, yes, about this. So I had the idea of using a plastic tablecloth, the kind that you get with the fabric backing. I haven't tried it yet for spinning, but I think it will work perfectly. So you'll be seeing this used as a lap covering in the future to help keep the fibres from clinging to my clothes. Are the fibres still going to go everywhere in the house? Yes. There's no escaping that fate, unfortunately. There we go. So my tablet will literally sit on here, and if this is too wide, I can just move these closer together for it to sit on. Now, next up is this on here on the back. Yes. So loosen this part first, and then this part after. This part goes right there. Yes. Hang on. Now, see, if I had a partner, I'd maybe ask him to do this for me, but honestly, I'd rather just do it myself regardless. Puzzles like these are good for the mind. There we go. And that tightens on there. That this goes on this end. Like this. And then this goes on here. But I think I need to loosen it again. Hello again, Tam. Yes, you are very fluffy. You are very woolly, aren't you, for a cat? Yes, you are, my baby boy. There we go. Like so. This is normal. This is fine. I just keep working around them like so. Hi. Hello. Yes, you're very sweet and very cuddly. But as ever, your ability to choose the most awkward of possible times is showing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hello, sweet boy. Hello, sweet child of mine. Okay. So then we just have this to go on the end of here. And other than the caps, this piece is done. And that's the tablet holder assembled. Although I will be adjusting some things with positioning for certain. Open that up. And it goes on there, exactly like that. How about that? Yes, I see your paw. I see the claw tips. I certainly feel the claw tips. You want more pets. I know you do. I know you want more pets. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Hey, you want more pets. So, this part is currently facing the wrong way and will need to be at an angle. But first up, let's get these end caps on. So let me just adjust that so you guys can hopefully see, and just like that. 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 Excuse me, Tam, your tail is liable to get things on it. A few more to go, so there. And there. And then the last one for this path goes there. And there's an extra one in case any breaks, which is nice of them to do, to include. Now, you all have noticed this is in the wrong position. So let's get it right. Oh, and this is also in the wrong position, but that I will actually have to take completely off. Let's get that tightened up. I do like that these are adjustable to the height. Well, I won't say height, but certainly the angle that you want. So I'm just going to tighten that up. And yeah, I'm going to have to take this off completely and reposition it. There we go. And then tighten that up. And there we go. We have a tablet stand, which I can't get entirely in screen. But yeah, so there we go. That's that done. Whoops, Daisy caught the phone. Tam, you're not going to like the rest of this, baby boy. There is sellotape involved, and we both know you're going to take off running the moment you hear it. Now, oh gosh, he got drool on the instructions for the stand. Not the stand, the tablet and tablet and thread holders. That was it. Okay, so here we go for the actual 2-in-1 stand. This bit's gonna be fun. Okay. So there's a bunch of 50 centimeter and a bunch of 42 centimeter pieces. Okay. Right, well, let's open up this first. This will be a bag, and let's toss that one over there. Don't need it anymore. There we go. Oh gosh. So they really don't take packaging as a joke. Like, that's a bubble wrap bag in a bubble wrap bag. Which is impressive that they go so far. Look at all those pieces, those big metal pieces. There is... Those are end caps and screws. Tension screws, I think. And then... Is this what I think it is? I bet it is. See, the section that actually holds the frame is on these half circle things that you can adjust to the angle you want. Yes, yes it is. And this is them here, each in their own individual bag. So that goes on there, and you just... Let me see, can I find... so they go like this, straight edge up against the side of the frame, just here, you'll see, and you use that to adjust the angle that you have your frame at. So let's just check that there's nothing else in that bag. There is not. Bye, Tam. He's headed off to their tower. Okay. Time is it? It's not so bad. Right. Let's get these rods out. Now, if I were to compare these rods to the rods on the actual frame, you would see a difference in the design. But I don't think that's to reduce weight or anything. There's a lot more pieces to this. It's able to hold a lot more weight. They literally put a barrel full of water on the fabric on the sand in their videos to demonstrate how much load-bearing weight these things can take. Which, these aren't the small barrels, these are the kind that you might find in an office water dispenser. They're big, they're heavy, and we've all seen my frame withstand His Imperial Majesty's weight. This is Briar, this is a 4 kilo cat. Over 4 kilos actually, if I remember correctly. I think last time he was weighed he was 4.2 kilos. Something like that. So a small cat, Briar is not. And that frame is able to hold his weight. There we go. So that will be one of the 50 centimetre and that will be one of the 42. be a 50 centimetre. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry. Briar didn't like having that thrown over his head, and I don't blame him one bit. Okay, so let's see. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 42. 2, 4, 6. Yep, all of those are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 of the 50 centimetres. So the rest of those will be in here. Yep, there goes Tam. He does not like sellotape. Okay. Put those over there. Yeah. Sellotape on the hands is not pleasant. Sensory issues are fun. Like, I have these silicone ear insets because sound just I can't. If I'm in a restaurant, the best way to put it is neurotypical people have an ability to filter out background sound. Many neurodivergent, I say many because there is no such thing as the exact same case of neurodivergence anywhere in the world. We have similar conditions, but every case is unique to the person experiencing it. We don't have that. So you might think you're talking normally, and we might sound like we're shouting, but that's because we can't tell. Oh, I'm not doing a good job of explaining, am I? So here's a good example, is actually the bubble wrap itself. It rustles, right? So it rustles, that is the foreground sound I hear. You can be sat across from me at this very table talking to me, and that is what I will hear. I wouldn't hear your voice, I would hear the sellotape. It's like that in a restaurant. I would hear the loudest noise before anything else. Coffee machine in the local coffee shop, for example, that's what I will hear instead of you talking to me. Other people talking, I will hear them as clearly as if they were talking to me. They might be a little faded because of distance, but I would still hear them over what I'm actually trying to listen to, which would be, of course, the person I am with. there's actually a very good video on YouTube about it. Oh, now these will be for a specific reason. Those will be. I believe there's at least one more. I'll have to check to see if there's any others like that. Right. Okay. Sorry, that was right up against the camera. Sorry, Briar. Just tossing that over there. Okay. I thought so. So there's me thinking that one had the same. This one does. So there's these two that have holes in, and these that have even more holes in. So I'm guessing they're for specific purposes. Now, let's see. Am I correct in that assumption? Yes, I am. So, yeah, and you can just make out in the instructions that you can see that there's some of these poles with holes in. So I am going to put them to one side. Out of the way. Okay. Is that others with holes in? Doesn't look like it. Let me see. Okay, so one of these gets attached to one of these, and then the same with another two. Okay, that makes sense. But I'm going to keep them separate for now. So I think I need to start with two of these. Just going to put that down there as well. Let me see. Let me think. And right, so I'm thinking I will break for lunch because it's 1 o'clock here, 1 p.m. And I'm going to clean up some of the rubbish, and then we'll come back and go from there, I do believe, as I think I am going to very rapidly need to move to the floor once I start actually assembling this. Yeah, I think so. So that is what I shall do. I'm going to break for lunch and come back in a little while. Okay, I have eaten. I have moved the table. I have hoovered. Briar was displeased enough that he is now actually awake. The fan has been moved a little closer and turned to a lower setting, which, oh, nice breeze, very nice breeze. It is very much a hot day again here, so yes. And I have the added pleasure of having a northish facing living room window. that gets the sun from early morning through to early afternoon. It gets very, very warm in here, to say the least. Anyway, I have the tablet and thread holder off to one side. I am about to start on this. So, I also have the bowl with the metal parts just there. I also left the scissors and Allen key out of reach. Of course I did. Excuse me a moment. Right. They are now in reach again. Hey, hello. Hello, Briar. Oh, what's that, hey? What is that? What is those things in your bowl, huh? Your toy bowl. Ah, sweetest boy. Hello. Now, let's see. So, no, those are shorter bars, so we want 2 of the longer bars. Technically, we want 4 of the longer bars for this part, but let's see. Okay. I'm also going to need to get into these. Tam isn't home, so I am, excuse me, dropping stuff. I'm afraid to go at it with the sellotape, except I have no chance of finding the end on this thing. Okay, scissors it is. I am excited. So I am filming this on a Tuesday, and as I was eating, a friend of mine unveiled a short on YouTube revealing that he is using some of my yarn that I sent him over a year ago now in a video of his for this Friday. Now this is going up on the same week, this video, on this Sunday, that Took is using my yarn. Whoops daisy. Of course, one fell. Excuse my head. Here we go. So these are what I wanted. Because from the looks of this, so that end and 2 ends on one of these, whoops, is going to need capping, and I might as well do that now. And I think one end of this one, because the other end is to have this on it. So let me see. Goes over like that, can be held like that. What was that I was saying earlier about asking a partner for help? I can start to see where an extra pair of hands would be helpful with assembling this. But there we go. So that's one done, and we need two done like that. So here we go. But yes, so last year I took of Hawksung weeding a 3 kilo box, just full of hand spun yarn. I sent him I sent him icicle, I sent him flower garden, I sent a bunch of other yarns, including one of my favourites, Aurora Borealis, which I need to remake at some point because I've only 3 of that left. That'll be fun to make as an actual double knit yarn. Okay, come on now. Loosen up, please. There we go. So that goes like that. And that goes on to there. My apologies if not everything is in view. It's as you can see, definitely something best done with 2 people. Though it can be done with 1 from the looks of things. There we are. So I go on YouTube to watch some archaeology for a bit while I have my lunch, and I find a video, a YouTube short from Tuk going, look at this, we are doing this Friday, and he is warping with my original flower garden yarn. So let me explain why I say original in this case, because when I first started spinning, I didn't start I think I need to put these on from the look of it. I think these are next. I'm gonna say yes. These go onto these next. Which, okay. Now, judging by, there should be a couple of these with holes. Yes, I should have checked. I did not. I did not think. I will not laugh because I can see that. Okay. Although these already have caps with holes filled through them, so I think we're okay. Yeah, judging by that, we're okay. So these ends will need caps. Now, back to what I was saying. When I first started KittyCat Spins, I wasn't using Corriedale wool. I wanted to use a wool that I had a connection to. In this specific case, I chose to use a wool from a region of Britain called New Romney. It's down in the south, in the county of Kent. I grew up there. Well, I spent most of my childhood there. I should qualify that as. Yes, I am holding it in place with my foot. So that goes onto there like that. And the region is very well known for being swampy, marshy, and wonderful for keeping sheep. So much so that there is a breed of sheep local to the area called, well, Romney sheep. So when I first started spinning, I wanted to use Romney wool. I was so eager to do it, I didn't think to check if it was suitable for spinning. Don't get me wrong, it is and was. That is very tall. I'm gonna say, well, let's put that there. Come on, go in, please. I know I have. Whoops, daisy. That slid down. So, what I mean by suitable for spinning. Some wools are better for some things than other wools, essentially. For example, what I use now, Corriedale, is wonderful for socks. It's good for felting. It can be easily dyed. I mean, you guys see me spin with Corriedale all the time. I do have a little bit of Romney left from when I was working with it, but my point right now is that it later turned out that Romney wasn't as suitable for spinning and making things with as I thought. In fact, it's actually normally, ow, I was turning the wrong way, of course, used for carpets, as it turns out. And it is wonderful for that purpose. So I was left with yarn that I couldn't help but think was a bit rough for what I wanted of my products. And I wasn't as in love with it as I had been when I'd first had the idea, which, by that point, I'd been working with the Romney for a few months, and it was a case of, because what I did was, I didn't buy processed Romney. I bought raw fleece. I washed it, dried it, carded it, sorted through it entirely from scratch. And I will occasionally still do that with fleeces that I've been given, for example. Never by choice again. Never by choice again. You would be amazed the amount of work that goes into processing raw fleece. There is a kind of grease that can only be found in sheep's wool called lanolin. If you're not very careful with how you handle lanolin laden water, it will block up your drains very fast, very quickly, and there's not much that can be done to clear it, essentially. So my bathroom is very small. It's maybe 1.5 meters wide by 3 meters long. If I'm lucky, I have enough room for the bath. I have enough room for a sink. I have enough room for the loo, and that's it. I would have these great big massive black tubs in the bath, and I would be washing raw fleece in those. So we're on to these shorter lengths now with these clips. I would have 2 big black tubs, big black bins in there, and funnily enough, those same bins are the ones I actually now use for storing everything ready for when I go to market. Okay, that end is these. I can see at least that end and that end that will need capping. So I would have the fleece in one tub, soaking in soapy water, and then I would transfer it to the other to drain and rinse while I disposed of the water from the first tub. Well, that meant carrying it outside in a bucket to tip down the drain, or, well, preferably onto the lawn. This was raw fleece. Raw fleece. I mean raw fleece. Straight off the sheep's back level of raw. It smelled. It was filthy. It was ever such fun to deal with. And part of the problem with dealing with raw fleece is in the washing and processing process, you can buy, say, a kilo of raw fleece. You could lose up to 60% of that in just the washing process alone, because of the sheer amount of grease and dirt that came off of a living animal. And between that and finding out that Romney is really best used for carpets and such, it was a case of, right, okay, I can't sell this, but would probably be able to make use of this. I'm going to send it to him, along with a bunch of the good Corriedale stuff. And that's what I did. He got all of the original flower garden, which I forget how much there was of that originally. There was a lot. And the thing is, this was before I had the drum carder. I went through a lot of ibuprofen because of how sore I would get carding that wool. Part of it would be that I'd obviously not be doing it every single day and would take breaks when the wool was ready for actual spinning. So my body wasn't able to get properly used to it, I guess you could say. There we go. That's 2 done. 1 more of those pairs to go. There's the next clip. And caps for the ends, that will go in the middle. Cap 1 and cap 2. So that was how Took came to have almost 3 kilos of hand-spun yarn sent to him from the UK. Honestly, that unboxing video of his is and always will be one of my favourite videos because it's just sheer, pure yarn joy in his face. And as a spinner, that's exactly what you want to see. But then there's also the added bonus of he uses my yarn for weft. For weft, not weft. For warp. I got them mixed up a moment then. So let me explain. So the weft is the yarn that goes on the shuttle when you're weaving. It is the part that goes horizontal on the piece. The warp is vertical and is the part that is wound onto the loom itself. It is the part that is kept under tension. Why is this such a big thing for a spinner? Well, the warp thread has to be really quite strong. It can't snap easily, it can't stretch easily. I hear a bell. Oh gods. Okay. I am back. I do remember what I was talking about. Explanation as to what just happened. Briar came home with a catch, which this is one reason why they both have bells on their collars. Let me just where that's positioned. It makes it makes things a lot easier for me because I can hear when they're coming, and often when they have a catch as well. I will talk about Briar and his catches more in a bit. I am going to return to Took and why it's such an honour to have a weaver use a spinner's yarn for their warp. Warp yarn can't stretch, it can't snap. Well, easily, I should say, qualify that. There is a test for yarn to see if it's any good for warp. You get hold of it and you deliberately put it under tension and snap it to see how easily it snaps. That's the snap test. And then you also see if it has stretched easily. If it doesn't snap and it doesn't stretch easily, then it is really good for warp. And that is why it is an honour for a spinner's yarn to be used as warp. That is the highest compliment a weaver can give a spinner. Is using the their yarn for warp. Okay, so these 3 bars now go on these bars here, here, and up here. Yes? Okay, so here is a better place. That makes sense. Or would it be... have I put these on the wrong way round? It's looking like... Yes, I did. This part is meant to be here on the inside, and the bars then go above the clip. Okay. Although, I'm not sure it really matters. Looking at that. Would it matter? Yes, because that's jutting out towards the back when it should jut forward. Okay, and that would then make a difference in distance from the frame to essentially the cross-stitch frame itself would be sitting further away from you, and you don't want that. Okay, so that's off there, and that can literally just turn over like that, go on like that. I turn that over and tighten that. So yes, when a weaver uses a spinner's yarn for warp, that is a compliment, because they're saying your work is strong enough to be used for warp in the first place. So it is a compliment. It absolutely is. Maybe not an intentional compliment, but it is regardless. So I am happy about that. Very happy indeed. Okay, now we need to do the same for you. You can come off of there, turn over. Actually, no, we will turn out. Caught my foot with the part. Of course I did. Before anyone says anything about you should be wearing socks or slippers, 30-degree heat. 30-degree heat. I don't wear socks from 20 degrees up. Simple as that. It's just too hot. It really is just too hot. And add in autistic sensory issues, and socks are just, when I have the option, no. Simple as that. Autistic tangent over. That's that done. Let's grab those. Okay. So 1, 2. It is these next. Let's put that there because there's room there now. Okay, this bit's going to be fun. Now, Briar and his catches. So, Briar and Tam both turn 5 years this next month, I believe it is. And when I first... Now, let me start from the beginning. How did I name Briar and Tam? Well, they're both named after book characters. Briar is named after Briar Moss of Tamara Pierce's The Magic Circle series, and Tam is named after Rackety Tam McBurr of the Tales of Redwall series by Brian Jacks. Rest in peace, Brian Jacks. He died in 2011, I think it was, as he was writing his last book. So, just 1 minute. Ha, there's the screw head. Now I can reach it more easily. You shall do up in place. There we go. Now, here's the thing about Briar Moss, the character. I think I actually need to move this up a little. Not far, but a little. So let's loosen that. And it came off, of course it did. Apologies for the shaky camera. This bit's going to be awkward. There we go. That's it. It's done up and in place. Now for the next one, which goes here, and the one at the top, which goes there. Oh, this is going to be fun, but I can kind of lean it against the fan for a bit now. So, who was Briar Moss? Briar Moss was... I'm not going to give too much of the plot away. He was an orphan living on the streets who was rescued. I should not have undone this as far as I did. That's an oops on my part. Okay, so that's done back up. And it later turns out that he had plant magic. Now, he ended up being fostered alongside 3 other young mages. A noble called Sandraline Fartoran, I should say. Now, what's happening? There. Who turned... Now, that's not right. What's going on there? Okay, now it's right. I'm going to turn it oh no, it was already the same way up. Now, that had me confused for a minute. Sandraline Fartoran, who was a Stitch Witch, it turned out. Daja Kisubo, who was a Smith Mage. And here's the part that's relevant to my Briar's story. And Trisana Chandler, or Triss, who was a Weather Witch. Triss has, in the story, a soft spot for birds and other small creatures. There we go. Okay, getting the third one is going to be fun. Oh gosh. Now, when I first started letting my Briar go outside when he was, I am caught on ring lights and stuff. Whoops, sorry. The first things he brought home weren't little critters. They were old leaves and pigeon feathers. What are you doing? Are you having a cough fit? Yeah, you're having a cough fit. He's sat under the table right now, in his I'm about to cough crouch. Are you not having a cough fit? No, I should imagine not. That usually only happens when you drink too much too fast. Yes. You are a menace to yourself more than anyone else, aren't you, cat? So, I started letting them out when they were on my first? Really? Okay, Briar. I started letting them out when they were about 8 months old, after I'd had them fixed, because I am responsible in that way. And the RSPCA, thankfully, does this thing with local vets where they'll cover most of the fees of having your pet neutered for you to a certain extent. You can only have 8 animals a year, I think it was at the time, neutered. Only one of those could be pedigree, and you did still have to put £5 towards it. Well, what with my having 2 young males who were getting rather bullshy with me by that point, Briar, this one, I very much said, yes, please, thank you very muchly, and had them done as soon as they were essentially old enough. I did wait until they'd healed from that to let them out. And I kind of have to laugh because letting them out has saved me a fortune in cat litter. I caught the blooming phone mount stand camera thing again. Briar, you are in the worst possible spot right now, and you're about to learn it. Yes, you are. Move, please. Move. Move, move, move. Good boy. There we go. Okay, so I need to do the other side as well, don't I? Yes. Yep. Let us retrieve that from where it has fallen. You can curl up over there. You can curl up just outside of the screen, you dumb bum. I am not going to call you what I usually call you when you're being silly, because YouTube would not like it. He is intelligent, that one, but he's not super intelligent. There is a reason cat owners call their fur children toddlers in fur coats. They have about the same amount of intelligence and about the same level of self-preservation at times. So, Briar starts going out. I see where I went wrong with you now. Ha 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 ha. It wasn't quite properly in the clip. I wonder how many people noticed that and have been yelling at me for it. Which side? Definitely this side. Ha, got it. So this was skew whiff when I went to put it on earlier, and I couldn't figure out why, and I just realised it was because, whoops-a-daisy, I hadn't put it in the clip right. Apologies for my head being in camera view. I am undoing that instead of doing it up. There we go. Now it is done up properly. None of the others are like that. Okay, so we can continue. So I started letting them out. They promptly decided neither of them were ever going to use their litter tray again, which has saved me a fortune since, I won't deny. And I do still have the litter tray available to them, obviously, if they ever want to use it. They don't. Simple as that. But here's the real thing, is that Briar, within a week or so, started bringing things home. And when I say things, I don't mean critters, I mean leaves and pigeon feathers. So you can imagine my reaction when it's something like 2 in the morning and he's chasing after something on the bed as I'm trying to sleep, and I'm just there like, the heck have you got? And it's a pigeon feather or a leaf, a dead leaf, and I'm just there like, are you joking? You're named for a plant mage with a foster sister who has a liking of birds. You're bringing home leaves and feathers. And it really did make me just laugh once I'd woken up enough to appreciate the situation, because I don't wake up very easily, shall we say. I am seeing a problem with you. You will need moving up. So, okay, yep, saw that coming. At least it's still in reach. Okay, we will get there. We will get there. And of course, it went straight into my phone, and knocks the camera about. I'm literally just moving this middle bar up some, because I forgot to take that into account. Don't need to move it up. Oh gosh, I did not see that happen. My apologies. This is very, very awkward. Yep. Definitely best done with a partner to help. Okay. That did not do much. I will be back on screen in a moment, I promise. When I'm done dropping the Allen key and it being out. Ah! Okay. Well, that went well. Could have gone worse, but it went about as well as I'm used to expecting from when I am trying to do something like this. I am likely going to end up moving this phone camera again without meaning to. And of course you slid out of position of where I want you. Come on, go in. Ha, ha, ha. You are in. Let's shift you a little so I can more easily reach the bolt. And tightened. That should be enough. There we go. I am so very sorry about that. That was fun. So yeah, essentially the fact that my 6, 7, 8-month-old cat who was named after a plant mage with a foster sister who liked birds, was bringing home old leaves and pigeon feathers was just. I still laugh about that today. I do. And I think we can all agree I have reason to, because it is funny. Come on, go into the crib. That's it. And you're already in. You are not. Okay, I think I see what the problem is. Right, well, let's get you tightened up first, because you're the middle one. I'm going to need to adjust the bars on the others, because they're at different heights. Of course. And of course, that's on the outside. So if I loosen that, and then do you up, yes. Adjust you to be more central, and do you up, and then repeat over here. Woo, whoops, didn't mean for it to slide down like that. Apologies for the noise then. Okay. There we go. That's that. So yes, that is Briar. Briar and his unusual first catches. He has always been a character, that one has. So finally, we have the last two 50cm bars, which are struts, support struts for the base, essentially. Okay. With these, this is going to be fun, this bit. Go at it one at a time. Whoops, a daisy. Need to loosen both sides, because this side essentially clamps down on that ball socket there to hold it in place. Let's do So you go here-ish. And then that goes there. Like, come on, go in. So, let's loosen that up a bit then. Not much, but enough. There. No, Briar. He wants the cat he brought in. It is... It's a bit of a difficult situation. Vets won't take rodents. Neither will the RSPCA. So I am left with a hurt creature that I can't do anything to help. All I can do is keep it comfortable and out of His Majesty's reach until it either loses the fight or recovers enough to be set free. Is it a nice part of cat ownership? No. But both my cats are indoor-outdoor. I would never keep them in. I'm not going to get into the qualities of indoor-only cats at this time. In my situation, it would be a cruelty to keep both my cats in. I'm in a one-bed flat. It is small, and these cats don't always get on. Meow to you too. The cat flap's not locked. You can go out. So, when Briar does what Briar does best, and he brings home a fresh catch for me, his mother, to deal with, the most I can do is release it right away if it's healthy enough to do so. Put it in a box high up out of his reach until it recovers from the shock or is no longer well, I can't say it on YouTube, but you guys get the drift, essentially. Hi, Briar. Hello, boy. Yes. You are my very sweet, loving, kind boy, and you are also a mighty hunter who would have done very well as a barn cat, wouldn't you? Yes, you would. Honestly, they both would have done well as barn cats. Hey, wouldn't you? And that is why I have a sofa with fabric that doesn't show claw marks easily, because they both use the sofa for sharpening claws. Have I tried to stop them? Yes. Do they still do it? Yes. Right, let me just turn this over. This is very large. This is very, very large. I am looking at this now and thinking that I should have had the clips on the inside of the frame, but that's okay. I can sort that out later on in a little bit. First up, I need to that moved the mount again. Okay, Now for these. Am I an apologist for what they do? No, it's natural. It is a part of keeping cats, and that is that. And anyone who says that it's cruel to let them go out and let them go at the local rodent population, no. Anyone who thinks that way can just, no. You're not welcome on my channel. Hunting is a completely natural thing for cats. It is a natural behaviour. It is a natural thing for them to do. Do not try me. I will block you. Simple as that. I get that people have strong opinions about this sort of thing, and you are welcome to them, but not on my channel. I will not accept it. Simple as that. Okay, so that's that one. Screwed on. And that is also partly why I am leaving the footage where he comes home with the catch in the video. Yes, it doesn't actually show in the video, but I heard him coming, and I guessed that he was up to something, which was why I acted so quickly when he did come in with his catch. 5 years of that cat. He learned to react. There we go. Whoops. Okay. Open these up. Thankfully, we're almost done with all of this. There's these that will go on the turntable parts, and then that's all for the Allen keys. So, oh wow, I think we're actually really close to finished. That's good. Of course, I've still got the tablet holder and the thread holder to attach. There we go. That's that on. Did I just make a mistake? Possibly. Because how am I going to get it? Yeah. Let's try loosening that first. Nope. Right, loosen you. Slide you up. There we go. I'm turning that the wrong way. Okay. Essentially, they're my cats. I know what's best in my situation, and I'm not willing to hear opinions on that. You don't know my full situation. You don't know my cat's situation. They literally refuse to use a litter tray. How could I keep them in? Briar, if I lock the cat flap for a while to keep Briar from going out, he will sit. He will go all dramatic on me, and oh boy. Okay, ooey. Problem. Okay. Carefully, carefully, carefully. Lifting, turning, and down into place. Yeah, that has moved the phone. I see it. I will deal with it in a moment. I think I need to move the central bars in a bit, so it's not as much of a problem, and that is actually now going to give me a very good opportunity to sort these clips out so that I can have them on the other side of the frame. I'm turning the wrong way. There we go. Is that enough? Not quite. How's that? Still not quite. But close. Yes? Yes, there we go. Okay. Ooh. That's going to be fun to get back on. So I don't want to tighten this completely, and then I can slide the sides together. It helps if I put the bolt in from the other side. I want it just tight enough that there's movement, but it doesn't fall off. There we go, so that's that. There we are. Ha. Okay. And again. Here. Things will be back in place soon, I promise. This won't take me much longer. Uh-oh. I am going to have to lower the height as well, but that shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. Again, it's just loosening things enough that it can slip slide around without coming apart like that. And you can't see because of where the camera is. This last one at the bottom is going to be fun to reach. Okay, I am lifting it up into my lap. And that's a good thing about this frame. It can be used on bed, sofa. Woo, don't you dare. Had visions of it falling off then and knocking everything over. Bed, sofa, and of course I lost stuff regardless. And standing. So, which is how I will usually often use it. Don't catch on that, please. I've no chance of reaching that half of the clip. There we go. Please excuse head if you can see it. Okay. Now, this is actually a good time to, slide these together and then secure them. Let's do a little bit further. Yes. Okay, this will help. Let's tighten you and you. And I am going to lower the top half some as well, just to make things a little easier. I'm going to pull you back towards me some, but we'll likely have to move it back out again in a moment. There we go. That's in place. Bolt is on. I have zero room to tighten this up in. Come on. So I have to be careful of my phone and that moving out. And also apparently of pinching my fingers between the bars. There we go. So that's that solved. Now to lower these. And by these I actually mean the side bars. That's gonna be fun. That's on the outside, so that helps. That's not too bad on the inside. What about you? You're on the inside. It's this that needs to go down, so if I just loosen this a little bit more, not much, movable. I'm gonna say yes, and I'll do the same over this side. Okay, not that one. That bolts. Come on. Whoops, a daisy. That's sliding a bit far down. Okay, that's that loosened as well. There we go. And down it goes to what will be a more comfortable height. Now I just have to tighten everything up again. Yay! Don't you fall out of that. Come here. That's that tightened. Don't you come off of there. Clip. Oh gosh, the other side is Right, you're on the inside then. Come on, tighten up, please. There we go. There we go. We're getting there. We are getting there. Okay. Let's tighten you up next. I have not tightened you. I know I haven't. So why are you tight? Did I not loosen this one? No, I did. Move you back up here. And then tighten you. And then over here. There we are. Yep, and then it's just this clip. Which I need to loosen first and move back up. Come on, there we go. There we go. Ha! Okay. Okay, so what next? Next is these with ratchets, and these are attached to the outside. Okay. Okay, so these have actual screws to them. Oh gosh, I would drop stuff, wouldn't I? Let's get those out of there. In easy reach. Where did those go? Got them. Okay, so these right off have caps on both ends. I'll tell you that now because these are the ones that the frame actually rests on. So let's put those end caps on now. So it's starting to look like this is going to have taken a good couple of hours all in all. Doesn't surprise me somehow. Okay, so up next is these, and they go like that against the side of the outside. Now right, so the screws go through from yes. Now, if you want to change the position of these, you can later on. I am putting them on that setting there for now. Wait just 1 minute. That doesn't make sense. Those aren't long enough. Oh, there's longer ones. Helps if I use the right length screw. I used one of the shorter ones first. There's me going, that doesn't make sense. No, Emma, it doesn't, because you're using the wrong one. Okay, there we go. And that screws on. You'll probably see a bit more easily with the other side what's going on. But essentially, I'm screwing one of those caps on, and this is what will control the angle it's held at. Essentially. There we go. Like so. Now, I'm going to need a screwdriver to keep that tight, but that's okay. Not the first time I've used a screwdriver for handling cross-stitch stuff. Happens more than you'd think with a hoop. Okay. And then this side, we have the other long screw. Let me just... Can I... Let me see. Can I... Please excuse shaky camera. I am trying to get what I want in view so you can see what I'm doing. Putting that down like so will help, and moving this over as well. Is it in view? It is not quite. That will do. Okay. We will get there. Go. Helps if I remember the other half disc. I don't know what these are called. I am calling them half discs. Oopsie daisy. So, you know, that's a thought. I think I put the other one on the wrong hole. So I think what you're meant to do is that, and then not that one, that one. So this can essentially hold it to the frame and is then done up tight. These holes are what control 2, 4, 6. Okay. Aha. So these go onto here. So these three essentially secure the half disc in place and help hold it all steady. So yes, I do have the other pole in the wrong place. I will put it right in a moment. And then one up here as well. Like so. There we go. And then here's the magic of it. So this is now stable. and this can be tightened to secure it. But this one, through this hole, controls the angle. So I'm going to say about here for now. Come on. Helps if I can find a hole on the other side. I'm almost there. Got it. There we go. Whoops. We have two more. Wait a moment. Okay, yeah, that's right. So that is now solid. It is at a specific angle. All it needs is one of these on the end down here, and I can literally stand the frame on there. Now, let's see about, excuse my head a moment, I'm going to be reaching for the screw cap I dropped. Now, I did do this end wrong. This bit's going to be off camera for a little bit. Essentially, what I did was I thought I was being clever and giving myself more length to work with. Nope, I was not being clever. And there goes that cap head. Look, I'll show you what I did. So instead of having this hole here, I put it there instead. So it wouldn't have worked quite right. And I'm going to need to move this bar down a bit, I think, as well. Because that is over the hole for this side, the lower screw as well. So if I just take that off of there real quick. Yes, I will pick that up in a moment. So those off to the side. Screw cap picked up. Now, Allen key to move this central bar down a little bit. Doesn't need to be far, but it needs to uncover the screw hole for the lower screw, the one that controls the angle. There we go. Is that secure? That's secure. Let's move this clip over. Just because, and of course I tightened it instead of loosened it. Because that's me all over. There we go. Okay. We are very nearly finished. Right. Let's get this on, shall we? That's through there, that's through there, that's through like that. And then screw that on. Not super tight until I've done the other two. That will hold the half disc stable. In you go. Yeah, I thought I was being clever, giving myself some extra length in these sections. No, doesn't work like that. There we go. Come on, go through. There we are. Screw cap the right way around and straight on. So the screws to either side, you wouldn't want to touch those because those hold the whole thing stable against these poles. The one you would want to adjust is, and it doesn't show because of where the phone sorry, apologies, the phone camera was, is this one. That's the one that controls the angle. It's the one you would loosen and take out to adjust everything to do with those arms, essentially. And yeah, here we go. Last screw. Then there's the what you call them to put on. These. Let me just check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. That's it. The sixth one. And come on, do it, please. There we go. And that top one as well. There we go. That's it. It's all put together. Apart from the tablet and thread holder. And of course, these things for on the ends. So let's get these on. Now I can already tell I'm going to need to get the extra arms, extra lengths out for the main frame. I could make this smaller. I'm not going to. I've already changed the width on it once. So that's that one. There we go. That's that one on. And then just this one for over here. Apologies for moving camera. For over this end. There we are. But yeah, as I'm always saying this, I am incredibly grateful to every member of Cooktook's community that has come to me over the months that since I've started this channel. You guys are amazing, you really are. There we go. So let's grab tablet stand, which will go, oh, I'm going to need to turn this, which I need to loosen it anyway, so that's dealable. And thread stand, well, thread holder, as it should be called. You know what the funny thing is? I can turn this and rotate it, and that's going to help make it easier to position camera for filming. So I'm just going to put that on there. Turn this the other way gradually. Whoops daisy. Apologies. Okay, we're getting there. So I can turn it around like this. Ha, 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 ha. There. Yeah, here we go. So this, now in their imagery, they have theirs over on this side of their stand. I don't like it there. I want it over this side because I like to mark off my chart with my right hand, being right-handed. There we go. So loosen that, turn it like that. I need to pull this a little closer to me, apparently, or risk knocking into, yet again, my phone camera. And something else I like is I can adjust the angle of this as well and lower it as well, which I'm probably going to do because that is very tall right now. There we go, so that's in place. And then this should go here. I think I need to actually move this onto this bar, but I can do that in a minute. Yes, like that. Okay. That's it. Ha! Get this in place now. Tighten that up. Move this. Over here. Apologies, I have absolutely knocked into that again, haven't I? There we go. Now, yeah, that's it. That's it all together, all put together. It's taken, what, a good couple hours, I think? Oh my word, it's bigger than I thought it would be. You don't realise they give you the measurements, but you don't realise until you actually put these things together just how big they are. That's it. Yes. Yes, I am very happy with this new piece of kit. Very happy indeed. So, right up, let's adjust these. Actually, let's first adjust. Let's see. That side? Yes, that side. Whoops, a daisy. So that's actually level. There we go. Oh, hang on. And rotate it up like that. And then, not that one. In there. if I'm giving a face reveal. I don't know. No, not that way. No, that's tightened it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is what you get for tightening stuff too much. There we go. Ha. So that's now much more reachable when I'm using this. And the same over this side. It is on the underneath. Oh boy. Oh, thank goodness that this one was looser. Loose enough it came off. Oh, whoops. Okay. Bring these close together. And then I can tighten that up. There we go. Now, these are in view, which means I can show you. Ha! Tablet in place. I can use it. Oh, okay, that needs lowering a little bit more, apparently. Oh no, it's this that needs. Right, let's just the angle of this some. So it's more like this. Yes, that's better. A better angle. Tighten that up. Lower you. Tighten you. How is that? Still needs a little adjusting, but I'll finish it off screen. But yeah, there we go. This is it. I will do a proper filming of it in a moment. Oh, So I'll show you what I mean by needing to extend the frame, because I have it right here. Excuse me. Yeah, so this would be at a comfortable width for me right now, but this would never sit on here. So I do need to get the extra parts out of the cupboard and put an extra length on the bus on it. Yeah. So yeah, this is it. This is the 2-in-1 frame. I will do a proper reveal video section in a minute. Oh, I am very, very happy. Very happy indeed. This is a substantial piece of kit. It will make my life so much easier. I have been using a folding laptop stand to support the frame while I've been stitching and filming for my cross stitch videos. So to have this, to not have to worry about it slipping and sliding out of frame anymore, it's going to be amazing. And yeah, this I filmed my stitching on a Sunday. I will absolutely be finishing the image of the cross stitch hands this Sunday while I am filming, and yeah, this is everything I'd hoped it would be and more. It's not super heavy. It's quite lightweight for what it is. There is still some substantial weight to it, but it's not much heavier than the actual frame, which I weighed it when I first got it. It's about 1.8 kilos. Let me just turn that over. So the actual frame itself is about 1.8 kilos, and this is maybe 4. I am guessing. Do not quote me on that. But yeah. I am very impressed with this piece of kit. I am very happy with this piece of kit. I just, yes, so much yes. I can't express the amount of just yes. Are both pieces of kit expensive? Yes. The frame was 150. The frame. This stand was 200, just over £200 for me. So yeah, they are substantial pieces of kit. They are very good pieces of kit, and I am very much looking forward to working with this weekend. I say weekend because I have other work to do. There is filming for my TikTok to do. There is carding to do. I still have all of the yellow to finish carding for King's Champion yarn, and then I have to blend the colours together. This is being filmed on the Tuesday before this goes up on the Sunday. Don't ask me what date exactly that would be. Let me just check. Whoops-a-daisy. That's what I get for putting this on top of. Okay, so today is Tuesday the 26th of May. Wednesday 27th. Thursday 28th. Friday 29th. Saturday 30th. I do not know if there is 31 days in May. So this will either be going up on the 31st of May. No, what am I saying? Yes, this will be going up on the 31st of May, this video. And then I will also be filming. Well, it will be the 31st of May or the 1st of June. Anyway, thank you all for joining me for this adventure. It has been this will have been a substantial video. It has had some fun events. His Majesty bringing a catch home, my grandmother calling, because of course she did, when I wanted to film. Yeah. yeah, I am just... These are expensive, I will say that. But they're also worth every penny for what you get. It's good quality, solid metal. Let's pick that up. And you can adjust the angle that the frame will sit at, you can adjust the height, you can adjust where the bars that hold the legs together go, so you can use it on the bed or the sofa or whatever. It's just, yes, it's a substantial piece of kit. It will last me for a very, very long time. And that's why I wanted it, because it will hold the frame, it will make it much easier for me to stitch, and to film at the same time, essentially. So, to painting fairy cross stitch, you've done it again. This is an amazing piece of kit for any cross stitcher. I can see how this would be disabled friendly, absolutely wheelchair friendly. This is something you'd be able to adjust to your height in a wheelchair, and you could literally just roll right up to it and sit and stitch in comfort. So yes, yes, yes. So I will see you all on Wednesday for the first video where I will be using this to film my cross stitch, and I will finish the wedding hands cross stitch image that day. It's going to make stitching the border on it so much easier as well, for that matter. And oh, because I won't have to support the frame with one hand, I'll be able to do double-handed stitching, which means it will go even faster. I'll still be doubling the speed on the videos though, because it still takes a while, regardless. But yeah, here we are. I will do a full height reveal of it in a minute, once I have put an extension on the frame, so you can all see how that looks. Yeah, here we are. This is it. We have what we, well, I have what I need. This is amazing. This is seriously amazing. Okay, thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. If you stayed with me through the whole thing and experienced the Briar debacle that is Briar Pablo Moss, please do comment your own experiences with your cats. Because cats are cats. Regardless of where you are in the world, cats are cats. And they're always up to something they shouldn't be doing. Let's face it. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.